Yeah. So Dr. Ibrahim, anything you have for us today that you can talk or?
Yeah, very quickly, I think, in regards to suggestions and feedback, I will create a Google Forms so that you can always use to submit feedback if you want, even if it's not during the office hour. So today I don't have much. It's just a continuation of what we discussed yesterday. I just want to show us, some of us, especially those that are master students, are already familiar with some of the tools that we normally use in research. Uh, I understand that specifically I will talking about Quillbot and Grammarly. Grammarly is a paraphraser. I will share my screen. We'll share the browser. Okay. Grammarly is a paraphraser, not paraphraser. It's a grammar check from Grammarly. It checks for spelling mistake, language, tenses, and all of that in your text. So you can use it to ensure that you improve the quality of your writing as you are submitting your documents. Then the other one is Quillbot. This one. And then Quillbot is a paraphraser. It helps you paraphrase your text. Yes. So I will start. I understand that these two tools, we have others, but these two tools are becoming, or they may soon become obsolete if they do not improve because of the language models. We have now the ChatGPT, and just yesterday you saw how we can use the Bing search to check grammar. And so I understand that these tools, maybe their lifetime is coming to an end. Notwithstanding, they are still very useful and you can still use them. And specifically for me, I used Grammarly a lot. Now I don't use it that often, but before I use it very frequently, and that's how I was able to improve my writing to the point that I don't need it that much. But the very beginning of when I started writing, especially during my MSc, everything that I want to write, I have to put it in Grammarly. Even when I want to post during that time, I post a lot on Facebook and the rest. So whenever I want to put something online, I have to first type in Grammarly to see the grammar checks and the rest. And for Grammarly, the good part of it is you can install an extension, the browser extension. I don't have it on Safari. I don't have it the extension on my system now because I hardly use it anymore. But you can install the extension. So when you are typing email, when you are typing anything within the browser, it will check for your grammar mistakes. You don't have to go to the app or to the browser. You just create an account, then you log in, and then you can, it will help you do that. Then additionally, it's free. There's a paid version, but you can get it for free. So if you download it, you install it on your system, you will have it. Mine has been like this for like 1 hour. I don't know what happened, but as I've told you, I don't use it that frequently now. So, but you install it and you can install it on your system and then you can use it. Then another thing that you can do is after installing it, you download it for free. You install it, you create an account, you log into your account. Then from within the Grammarly, you can install the Word extension. You see, I have the Word extension here, Microsoft Word extension plugin, rather. So if it's here, then you can check your grammar as you type. This text that I'm seeing, I just copied from one of your submissions, one fellow. I don't have name here. It's good. We don't have name. So what you could do is after you create an account, you download it to your am I audible? Sorry, someone called me for it. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, sorry, somebody called my line, the line I'm using for this, so it's got interrupted for a bit. So after you install the login on Microsoft Word, then you can just, if you click this, you need to be online, unfortunately, for it to work, but it will go through your text. I didn't do this beforehand because I wanted you to see all of that. So you see, maybe I should have done it because it find no mistakes from this. It means whoever wrote this is has good writing skills, or the person has already used Grammarly or some other things to check that. But I can do this. I can spoil it a bit so that we can. Yeah, so you see, it cut all of them. This plugin is better in Windows. When I was using Microsoft Windows, it's a bit better. So you just go over it, and then you can click if you agree with the suggestion.
Data,
Like your screen is not. We are not seeing your screen.
we are not seeing your screen.
Okay.
Like we are seeing the home screen for Grammarly for students.
Oh. Sorry. This happened a lot because I shared only my browser. So when I left the browser, you've not been seeing. Oh. Let me share my entire desktop. Okay. Now you can see my browser, right? Not browser. MS Word.
Not yet.
Yeah. So I said this text I copied from one fellow. I put inside Microsoft Word to show you.
The screen is not showing.
Can anybody see my screen? Microsoft Word?
No.
Yes, we can see Microsoft Word. We can see Microsoft Word.
Yes,
Okay,
we can
now
see
we
you,
can see. Now we can see.
Okay, so yeah. So what I was saying is I copied this text from one of your submissions and then I searched for it, but it showed no error. I repeat, I said that maybe the person has already used Grammarly or some other thing, so I added some errors within it. So and then I'm demonstrating how it works. Let's start from the very beginning. When you install the plugin, be here. Then you click open Grammarly, it will open and then it will search over your document. So you need to be online.
We are seeing only the Microsoft Word page here. We are not seeing what we are doing in our browser.
Yeah, so what he's doing is not on browser. He's doing the suggestion on Microsoft Word because he installed
are you seeing my demonstration, please?
Yes, we can see. He installed plugin can you show your plugin in Microsoft Word, Dr. Ibrahim?
This is the plugin.
So he installed plugin. He is not using the browser. So if you have Microsoft Word, you can install plugin. You don't need to go to the browser, and you can work with the plugin automatically from the document.
Okay.
So this is what I said. Then you can it search through a document and then it give you a suggestion. So you go over the suggestions one by one, and then go over them, and then it will be highlighted, and then you click all of that. A spelling mistake, you may need to see it here. Yeah, so you see sometimes I need to click show in text so that you can really understand where it happens. But in Windows, Microsoft Windows, it's automatic. You don't need to do that, so it's better with that. Yeah, so Yeah, so when you are done, it will say no more basic issues. Then you have to pay for more to have more options. But I also worked with the premium version, and I think for now all you need is the basic version. It can give you most of the things you need to have a fairly well written text. So this is it about Grammarly. It's still very handy. You can use it, and it also have a paraphraser, but it's not as popular as that of Quillbot. Yeah. So now I will copy this text so that I can show you how Quillbot works. In addition, as a repetition, I told you when you install the browser extension for Grammarly, you can also use it in your browser. When typing email address, it works automatically. It can help you correct all of that mistake if you have on it or in any of the forms. When you're filling a form in your browser, it can check your grammar. It's very handy. So I would recommend all of you install it. It's still at the moment more convenient than using the ChatGPT because you can use it as a plugin in your browser in your Microsoft Word. On the other hand, Quillbot, I have never used it before actually, and personally, for me, I prefer paraphrasing on my own. It is more difficult. It takes more time. So if you are finding it difficult to paraphrase, you can use Quillbot. But still, ensure just note that how do I put this? You also have to read the text. Sometimes you may need to do two things. This is how when you open it, unlike Grammarly, you can just use it on the browser. For Grammarly, you need to log in before you can use it. You need to have an account. For Quillbot, you don't have to create an account. You can just use it directly without creating an account. So, and you can upload a Word document which is similar to Grammarly. If you're using it on the browser, you can upload a document, or you just paste what you have. So now okay. Let me copy this again. Yes. So, but there is limit. I think you can only paste 700 words in the free version. Notwithstanding, I will not recommend you pasting a complete passage. It's better because, of course, if you are doing that, it means you are plagiarizing. If you want to paraphrase, do it paragraph by paragraph. It's more accurate that way because at the moment the capability of the machine learning algorithm is still a bit limited. So the more you have, the less it will be accurate. This is oh, I did not click. So when you click, it will rephrase or paraphrase your text, and you can see you have the many modes here: standard, fluency, and the rest. But now you have only standard and fluency, only these two. Yeah, for fluency, it's have less errors, but maybe the it will be more plagiarized actually than the standard. The standard will have more chances of having grammar errors. You have to fix this on your own, but then it changes it more. All these orders are on the paid version. You cannot use them until you subscribe. So you have to read through it to understand, to know if your grammar is okay. And then one thing you can do also is you can recopy this and then paste in Grammarly for it to check the grammar. But I think that's being lazy. You can, because you get better when you do things. Paraphrasing is difficult. The moment you start doing it on your own, it's easier. So that's how it works. One of the, and then this colors yeah, meaning the red ones are the thing that if you are not talking, you turn off your mic, there is a noise coming. Oh, if the other host can mute everybody. So the red colors, these ones are the words that have been changed. And then the blue, these ones are the words that remain unchanged, the longest words that remain unchanged, that you may need to look at them to know that. And then underlined yellow means it's changed the structure of how the words are. So you have to take note of this and then to know if it's correct. You need to have more red in your text for it to be less plagiarized. If you have black, a lot of black, then you may have not black, sorry, a lot of blue, then you may have more plagiarized content. And then as an advice, additionally here, if you are paraphrasing, please on your own, don't change words. For example, just see one of the most exciting, you say interesting and rapidly and fast growing, or positive. If you are changing only the words, plagiarism checkers will still hash them. So plagiarism checkers, in fact, use synonyms. If you just change what still get you if you change the words. So changing the words alone cannot save you from plagiarism. So this these are the two tools that this also you can download on your system and use it. It also have the Microsoft plugin. Quillbot also have a Microsoft Word plugin that you can install and use it in Microsoft Word. I haven't used it before, so I don't. I cannot show you a demonstration of it in MS Word, but I'm sure you can easily download it and then try it. Probably you can download it somewhere. Yeah, this is the Word extension, and this is the Chrome extension. Unfortunately, then you can use it only on Chrome. You cannot use it on Safari if you have using Safari like me. And then the Word extension. So you can also put it right there and then you use it. I will stop sharing my screen. If anybody have used these tools before and who have more experience than me in using them, you can share. I will turn off my mic and then attend to your questions or somebody who want to contribute. Over to you. Is there any question?
Okay, Dr. Ibrahim, thank you very much for the presentation. I think I will give a rider to what you just did. Dr. Ibrahim presented two tools, Quillbot and the other one, which is Grammarly. Let me guide you to another tool, which is also used widely for writing now with proliferation of language models. There are many. I mean, a lot of things will happen in the future, but at this point in time, yeah. So let me share my screen. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, right. So, Abdurrahman, your mic is sometimes making noise. So if you are not talking, you can mute your mic because it, interferes, something like that. So the first one I will talk about is ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is tool from OpenAI, which basically, so you can go to OpenAI. This is the website, OpenAI. You can see OpenAI. And you can try it, you can register and get whatsoever. So I'm not talking about registration. You can go and find out how you can register, but this is ChatGPT. So for example, here, this is ChatGPT, and there are a lot of, way you can do that. One of the way we asking you is just to ChatGPT, to, serve as a language aid that can help you to, but also it can also help you to generate ideas. So for example, now I said, I want to write a blog post on pandas, So I can say, hey, I am learning pandas, suggest blog post ideas. Python, let me see, Python, select blog post ideas. Okay, so sure. So you can see it gives me ideas on how to, can you see that? So it gives me, so you can see it gives me like, a tons of ideas, to, how to handle missing data in pandas, introduction to pandas, a lot of things. You can do that. That's, engaging to get an idea. You can get an idea. But for example, you can use these two as well for, correcting grammar. So for example, here, I'm going to school tomorrow morning. So I can say, correct the grammar and suggest, okay, maybe I can say, okay, because I want to learn, I can say, suggest how to correct grammar in the sentence below. So I said, okay, can you see that? I'm going to changes made are go changes to going to reflect the present continuous. Can you see that? Tomorrow changes to tomorrow to profile spelling. So you can see where you made a mistake, it changes. And so you can do this, ChatGPT to, get up a lot of ideas. So you can see like it giving you history as well here, what you have done before. You can do clear. Yeah, so this is, so for example, one can say, write a blog post on pandas on data cleaning, using pandas. So you can see it does a lot of stuff. So, but the idea is this: don't rely on these two. You say you learn something, for example, now you learn machine learning today, and you come here and ask it. No, the reason why is when you write yourself, you are training your brain to learn. We already did that course called Learning How to Learn, right? When you are writing, you write your own, you are training your brain, your dopamine to learn, to rewire the concept and whatsoever. But if you just come here and ask ChatGPT, you don't learn anything. It's just garbage in, garbage out. And one thing you should know is that this ChatGPT, it creates fake stuff. So if you don't know what is machine learning, you can say, give me, for example, you don't know what is machine learning, and you said, what is machine learning? What is machine learning? You asking, what is machine learning? So you can see it's giving us the definition. But the idea I want to tell you is this: if you don't know what is machine learning, you didn't read about machine learning, it can give you a very fake definition. It will say machine learning is a country in so. And if you are not knowledgeable in the area, you just copy it, that thing, and paste it the way it is. So you see, this tool can be used only with us as a helper or guide. So you that, you read machine learning, you say, okay, you just get some idea, but don't use it to just copy something that you don't know. Just use it as a helper to guide you to do some stuff. A lot of stuff, what we call here, that this, what I put, what is machine learning here, is called a prompt, what you ask the machine learning. So the more clear, the more, clear your prompt is, the more better answer you can get. So I can say, what is pandas? When I say what is pandas, it can ask me, we have different kind of pandas. We have Python pandas, we have pandas as an animal, right? So you need to be specific in your prompt. We can say, what is Python pandas, right? So this kind of prompt is called for. So you need to know how to do, all those stuff. That is ChatGPT. But we also have what we call Bing. So for example, here, this is Bing. This is Microsoft Edge browser, and you can go and register a Microsoft Edge browser. If you don't have, you can sign in and whatever. And now here there is Bing, which is language model, allow you to do a lot of stuff. You can do a lot of stuff with this. So for example, here I want to chat with ChatGPT. So here in OpenAI, here in this ChatGPT here, we have where is this the chat? Okay, here we have ChatGPT 3.5, I think. But here here is ChatGPT 3.5. But now we have ChatGPT 4, which is better than here. And this Bing, Microsoft is using ChatGPT 4. What I'm saying, Bing here is doing ChatGPT 4. So it's more advanced. It's more knowledgeable than this ChatGPT 2, because this is ChatGPT 3.5. It is when you have a paid version that you'll be able to change it, because I'm not paid, I will not be able to select different kind of ChatGPT. So if I'm paid, you see option here, select ChatGPT 4, ChatGPT whatsoever, the more sophisticated one. But here you are using the basic one. But Microsoft, because they own ChatGPT, they own the OpenAI now, a lot of things, then they are using what they are using here, a ChatGPT 4, which is more advanced than this. So what can you do here? So you can see that you have different options, more creative, more balanced, more precise. So for example, if I'm using academic stuff, I will use more precise so that it will just give me. So here it's more creative. So let me ask this one. Write and it has access to internet. I can say write write a story. Who is Shamsuddin Hassan Muhammad? Because I know maybe it has internet, so maybe it can. But we have different, maybe it can search me because it has access to internet. Let's see. Look at this guy. He's telling me about myself. He is a PhD candidate at University of Porto, NLP researcher. Can you see this? This is absolutely crazy, right? Why? Because it has access to internet now, and I think ChatGPT here doesn't have access to internet up to now. I think. Okay, let's look at it. Ask ChatGPT. Here. I apologize, but I could not find any notable figure in this. Can you see that? But you can see this guy was able to go. And the one thing is, like, it will give you the location where it obtained the answer. You can see it obtained here, shmuhammad.com, LinkedIn, ResearchGate. So this is my website. This is my LinkedIn. So you can see this one is much better than that one. You can also retry, and but because Shamsuddin Hassan Muhammad, I said it stated House NLP. You can see it's suggesting what is House NLP Research Group, because it obtained the information maybe from House NLP Research Group. Can you see that? What is the research topic? What is his research topic? Let's look at it. What is the research topic? So all these things you can chat about any topic, whether machine learning, whether whatsoever, anything you like, what I mean? Based on the research, his sentiment analysis, domain specific. Wow, this is absolutely mind-blowing, right? You can see it tells what I'm, working on, right? So it may be possibly if you click on this Google Scholar, it will take you. But of course, don't trust it again. If it gives you the answer, it will give you a source. Go to the source. If you are doing something academic, go to the source and confirm all this. Never, let me tell you this at this point, and take it with very seriously. Never ever copy what these language models give you verbatim and go and paste it what you are working on. you may be disappointed, you may be, ridiculed and laughed at because they can give you fake stuff. Use them as aid when they give you, well, for example, now they give you this is something that I can go to the website and verify the information and go there and take what I want to take. You know what I mean? Never use them as maybe you're a master student, PhD. Never use them as a first thing where you copy stuff. Use them as a helper, as a guide, but go where they give you, they can give you fake. They construct because they are very well trained. They can, predict the next word. They can write a very perfect English, but it's rubbish, it's fake. They made it up, and it is wrong. So this is something, so what I'm trying to tell you is that you can even creative, it will give you more creative, very well written stuff. Balance, maybe balance accuracy and creativity, and more precise. So this is more precise and accuracy. What it will return is will be factual in some way. So you can, if I'm using academic, I can use this one. If I'm using maybe trying to work on blog posts to get some idea, I can use more creative or something like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. So another thing is with this, you can do, you can see something called compose, right? With compose is I can say, hey, write an email, suggest an email, a content, a text to send to my supervisor that I'm sick and I cannot deliver the assignment, something like this. So this is something. Now you need to specify the tone, right? Professional, intuitive, funny, because it's my professor, I can say professional. What do you want to intend to do? The content should be an email. So I say, okay, email, right? Not blog post, not idea, no paragraph. And you can specify the length of the content. Okay, I can say short, I can say generate this stuff. So you can see this guy is going there and trying to cook things up and return to us and give us something meaningful. Hey, look at it. I regret to inform you that I'm feeling unwell. I will not be able to deliver the assignment by the deadline. I apologize with sincerely, your name. This is absolutely crazy, right? You can see there, you can just copy and edit and something like that. If you are doing, writing blog posts, you can say write something. So this is called a prompt. So the more accurate you write this, so let me tell you, so I can say, okay, my name is Shamsuddin, and my supervisor, and my supervisor name is Muhammad, is David. So let's look at that. You can see here it says dear supervisor, you say my name, your name. So let me write this on short. I can say, okay, let me change it to medium. I can say generate this guy. Dear David, absolutely. You can see it pick up the name of the supervisor, right? And now it understand, and sincerely Shamsuddin. And now it's, it takes, you know what I mean? Isn't this, scary at the same time, good? So there are a lot of skepticism around this stuff, all these GPT words they would take, for example, how they would change the future, they would, but if you can change it, the casual in something like that. So these are a lot of stuff that we can do. Before I go on, any question? Any question? So for example, if you are doing ideas, so for example, ideas, you want to chat this, okay, ideas. Let me, so I am working on, I want to work on sentiment analysis in African languages. Suggest some ideas to work on. So you can see here, I can say ideas. So I can say ideas to work on, ideas or open research, open problems. So I say ideas, then I can say generate this. So you can see it's giving me some idea. create annotated large-scale data set for various African languages. This is one of my tasks that I did. My, exploring impact of linguistics. Can you see investigating the application and challenge of something in African domains, such as, so you can see this is something like you can chat with it, get some ideas, while you're working something, a lot of stuff you can do. Right. So I believe this gives us an insight on how we can, use this tool. But most importantly, you can use this to correct grammars. For example, here, I can, yeah. So this is what I was telling you before. Look at this guy. Let me clear this. So look at this guy. Look at it. I highlight this guy. Look at it. It automatically shown here, right? So he said, what do you say? I say send. So he said, what do you want to do with this text? I say, okay, summarize it, revise it, proofread it. If you are writing your blog post, you can say proofread it, suggest. So I can say revise it or summarize it. Summarize this guy. So you can see, it's summarized. So these are some of the stuff that I already mentioned yesterday, but use it to improve grammar and other things. All right. So this is what I want to show us here regarding this. We have some few more minutes, which I have some stuff to continue. Any question or any stuff? Okay, so maybe there is no question. Let me continue. Next week we will have our. Oh, okay. Let me share my screen then. Why is that Zoom? Am I sharing my screen? No. Okay. So what will be our next week's session? We're gonna be working next week on working with data. This one we remove this one here. We don't have this. We have only working with data, Python, and this. So if you go here, it will be working with Python, which we already know how to do this stuff. Working with Python, preparing data. So the two things we're gonna work on this week. For example, you can work on this Monday, Tuesday. If we look at it here, yeah, this is very just introduction on all these pandas, NumPy, which we have already seen. You can work on this on Monday, Tuesday, practice it, and yeah, you can see, and then you can go back on maybe Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can work on working with data, all this stuff. But most importantly, as I made mention, okay, so you can see my note, right? Okay. I will share some of the notes because I think time is already, but I have some notes to share with you, which is just to add more information about what we are doing. So one thing I would suggest is while you are learning, for example, okay, sorry, I stopped this. Let me go back here. Why is my browser? Okay, yes. So what I want to show us, advise us is regarding to the learning. So for example, you are here now, you want to work on this, working with data, and now you come here and start working with this. So while you are working with this, take notes of what you intend to write at the blog post. For example, if you started working on this and you don't have an idea what you will write blog post and you will finish the week without having an idea. So as you read through this stuff, try to take note on something that you think is good to write blog post in. It's not when you finish all the week, you come back and just say, because you have limited amount of time, right? So maybe at the first week, have a first day, first Monday, Tuesday to decide what you want to write on and start writing draft on what you want to write on. because writing becomes clearer when you start working on it early and you iterate, you edit, whatsoever. So try as much as possible to start drafting what you do early. And what if we also suggest that when you learn something here, for example, today, try to share whatsoever you learn in the Telegram channel. So if you learn something, just in the random, say, hey, I learned this. So if you learn something new, share it. Somebody will also be opportune to learn from what you learn, which he hasn't, come up. So if you don't know something and you learn it, try to post on what you learn. That make it a habit, to share what you learn. While you share what you learn, you become better at it. You share what you learn, you become better at it. So make it a habit. Yeah. And we also talked about yesterday, the new course we asked you to enroll in Coursera, Writing in Science. Please enroll in the course and try to see that you, finish the course in time. Writing in Science, I think it's 4 weeks, just like the way you did the course in Learning How to Learn. Let me move on. We have a lot to discuss on the blog post. So to write a high quality blog post, we need to start writing early. So start early, the first week, as I said, and not take note of what you write and draft the ideas and iterate and read. After you finish, give it to somebody to proofread your content, or use this language model to proofread your content. As they said, in writing, you must kill your darlings. So in your writing, you may find something like, you really love it that you write, but you can, make it better if you. So try to make it best way. Now, we're going to have something new, best weekly post. Best weekly post. So what is this? When you write a blog post, share it in the random, and people among the fellows will read it, like it if they think is very good, well written. And when you at the end of the week, we will find out which blog post received a very high thumbs up. Like people really like it because it's well written, and we will be awarding cash prize for weekly best blog post. We'll be awarding 5,000 weekly. If you write a high quality blog post, people find it, some way informative and whatsoever. We'll do cash prize. We'll start with 5,000 if we find out we cannot afford. But for now, we'll start with 5,000, and yeah. So we'll review weekly blog posts, and please share your Medium. Let's follow each other. So in Medium you can follow people, right? So go to Medium, follow your colleagues. So if we go here, let me go to this place, Medium. I'm telling you to do Medium, but me too, I'm not okay. So I just write one blog post the other day. I want to show you how to write a Medium blog post. What? Look at it. Oh, you like my blog post? I don't know who like it. So you can see this stuff. You can see Medium, so go and follow other people. For example, here, I think, how do you follow people? You can click here. I don't know. I forgot. Anyway, I don't. Oh, it is myself. Okay, if I go to somebody, I can follow someone, right? Yeah, follow. So let's follow each other so that we can grow. It is when you have many followers that you'll be able to, you'll be able to start getting money paid with, you will start getting paid when you have many followers, because you can monetize it. So you can see, I think this one at 29 I received is only these guys, you guys, the members of this, because I don't do, but it's good to do that. And I have intention to come back and start, because I used to write in my blog post, but I will come back and start doing something here. This is one good thing that you'll be able to do. And another thing, social media. So please, we have LinkedIn, we have Twitter, we have Facebook. Follow us. I always advertise, do this. Share what you are learning. Share in LinkedIn. Share you in Twitter. Share your learning. one day you'll tell the story about this, because it makes people to know you, that, hey, this guy is good at this, and you don't know what kind of connection you will make. So it creates a really connection. It's really powerful. I told you this. I got a postdoc position in Canada through only social media after I just tweet something. And this is something from experience, and you guys, we want you to follow the route to get some stuff from that. But as you know, we want you to be better. We want to encourage you. So every week, share your medium. We also have a prize for best people in the medium, in Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn. In fact, this is crazy, awesome craziness. We will award a laptop to a best person, to best blog post that we identify in you guys. So we will give a laptop to a post that we saw is really amazing. It's really, helpful in some ways. So try to make blog posts, try to share your learning on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, whatsoever, wherever you find it very convenient for you. We'll award a laptop. So all this prize we are putting, it doesn't benefit us. We are doing it for you, how to motivate you to do better. You know what I mean? So we just want you to see you grow, make difference, and come back, join us as Arewa Data Science Fellow organizers, so that you can also do the same thing we are doing to help other people, also the blog posts we are talking about would be subject to plagiarism. We have tools to detect plagiarism or whatsoever. So yeah, try to share yourself. As I said, finally we have a few more minutes. Maybe this one we'll discuss sometime in the future. You need to find a way to take notes. So I think people find it difficult maybe to organize their thoughts. For example, I read this chapter, week 1. How do you organize your readings? Do you write them in a book? Do you write them in digital platform to take note, maybe week 1, week 2? Please tell us, just write in the chat. How do you organize, take your notes of this reading? How do you write in the chat, please? Write in the chat. How do you take your notes, learning notes? Write in the chat. Oh, you just forget and you just read and move on. But I believe in learning how to learn, it advises like you should have some ways to make your note that you can come back. So how do you do that? How do you take your notes? Write in the chat. Do you only, or maybe you, I don't know. So you don't have Google Doc, okay, and handwritten. Okay, somebody say I have diary of my learning process. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so I use Jota. Okay. All right. Okay. So there are many tools that you can use to craft your learning process too. Before I was using maybe you may know what you call OneNote. So OneNote is one of the great way to take your notes. Maybe I can discuss these issues, maybe next week because it's already time. But one of the important things I'm using now is called Obsidian, which is called the second brain. So for example, let me share with you. Maybe I share my note that I'm working on now. Right now, you have seen it, but let me share with you, my Obsidian. I'm not telling you to use, I'm just telling you, like, it's good to find a way that you organize your thought and what